All right. So I just finished watching a new Batman movie called The Batman, and I will be giving my review while it's fresh in my mind. I haven't decided whether I'm going to have it with spoilers or not. So I'm going to decide that once I post a video. I'll say whether it's going to include spoilers or not. But I'm going to get off right off the bat. Clark Gray does not give 10 out of 10s for movies. So it's about 1 through 9 for the rating scale. But the movie was bussin', respectfully. The writing was pretty good. Cinematography, excellent. Story, well thought out, well written. And it's good at universe building. You get an introduction to all the different characters, like where their origins are set in, because the movie is set in this is the second year of Batman being Batman, so you already come on. My hair is kind of whatever, doesn't matter, but you already see a little bit of Batman's already got the groove of it, but he's still a young Batman. You can see that through a lot of things he does and a lot of things he doesn't do, and a lot of things that happen in the movie. So I guess I won't say anything. I will say everything, but it's really good because in the other movies we see, not really, it's never been a full Batman movie. There's been Christian Bale, the 3 of those, Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And throughout the first movie, he progresses very quickly into being Batman. And while The Dark Knight, he's already corrected his craft and whatnot, so maybe it's been a couple years and whatnot, but this Batman is still very raw, and he's much younger, it feels like. I mean, I'm pretty sure Christian Bale's maybe in his 40s or whatever, but the movie came out in early 2000s, so that's minus, maybe, let's just say 20 years, so, I guess that works out mathematically, but not really. Doesn't matter. I can look up, how old is Christian Bale? Let's see. Computer. How old is Christian Bale? No, it's not the right thing. It's talking about some college athlete. Let me Christian Bale. All right, Christian Bale is he's 48. So 48 now. Batman Begins came out in like 2005. Let me just make sure. Maybe check. Batman Begins 2005. I'm right. Cool. So that's about 17 years ago. Wait. Yeah, 17 years ago. 17 minus 48. That equals 31. So he was 31 at the time. And this thing, Batman is supposed to be in his 20s. So Robert Pattinson, I think he might be in his 30s too. So you can let me just pull that up. Robbie Pat. Oh, comes up. I've been looking up Batman stuff, so it comes up. He is 35. So, turns out, I guess he was younger. I mean, he's older than Christian Bale was when he started the role. But he just looks like a young guy because you think about Twilight and stuff. He's been like 16 or 17 for like 30, like a couple hundred years. Shout out to Kirsten for introducing me to that. Yeah, it's a really interesting movie, and I like his performance a lot. It brings a lot, like we say, oh, he's emo. You can definitely tell that. Another thing, not Lenny Kravitz. Shoot, what's the girl's name? His daughter, Zoe Kravitz. Very beautiful. Good for you. Shout out to you. But yeah, she did a good job, and you get to see the depth of Catwoman in a way you don't really see, because it's like the other Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, and story is like slightly tragic, but it's weird and annoying. Like all the things you don't want to know, but you get more of a backstory with this one. Like, see, I almost did a spoiler, but you really get to see her in depth more than you could see. I didn't even see the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry. Heard it was bad. Saw the reviews. I just didn't really want to worry about that, So I think this movie is better than uh, Batman Begins. And from the thing about it, I think this Batman really combines the different aspects of the Batflick, Ben Affleck, and Christian Bale. That one, Christian Bale's Batman was more of a detective, less of a fighter. He, like you can see in the movies, like yeah, his close-up action scenes, they were very choppy and like they weren't bad. He probably could whoop me in the fight, but like his action scenes weren't like nearly as close to like perfection as Ben Affleck's, but also Ben Affleck was literally like throwing people's heads in the walls. He would kill people, but they're not dead. So this is a mix of that. So you get to see a lot of the detective work, and it's really, like you said, it's a detective movie. So I feel like you can definitely enjoy it if you like thrillers, stories, and oh, let me see who plays the Riddler. I think this guy like Dino or whatever. It doesn't matter. I guess it does. His name is important. Let me see. Paul. I think it's Paul Dino. Oh, there it goes. Yes, he's in the Batman, and he plays the main villain of the Riddler. It's not a spoiler. If you've seen the trailer, you know that that's what it is. And yeah, so the Riddler basically a lot of comic appearances of him like being like in a yellow or green suit. You know, was played by Jim Carrey. It's like a very, you know, crazy, not really interesting kind of not really prominent villain. Like he's just a side jokey joke riddle guy. But this movie, he's one like the main villain, and he's like, can a Riddler carry a movie? Spoiler alert, my guy. He did a daggone good job. Shout out to you, Paul. Oh, it's not Dino, Paul Dano. I'm sorry, but you know, it's a very good movie. Cinematography was excellent, and one thing I can say about Gotham in the movie, it's you know how Gotham is based off like a bunch of like large metropolis areas with crime, so you can see a little bit of like New York City, Baltimore, LA, Philadelphia, Chicago, and low key, Gotham looked like a real city. Like it looked like something new, like not just New York City at night or LA. You know, it felt like a little bit European and whatnot, and I like what they did with that because it seemed like more of an actual city. Because in the comics, Gotham is like a huge city, but in other parts, you only see Gotham as like, oh, just this small little area that looks like all these amalgamations of cities. So I think that's good with that. And you know, I said this already again, but overall, very good movie. It's fairly long. Let me look at the runtime for it. The runtime. How long is this joint? I know it's long because we started watching it around like 9 or 10 runtime. It's 2 hours and 56 minutes, so some long stuff right there. Long. Yeah, man, it was worth it. My friend, he fell asleep during the integral part, so he's gonna have to watch it again. But I think it was good. The soundtrack, it was very good. You know, movies and other arts, it's important to use sound in your characters. You can think about Darth Vader. You know how he like or actually the Imperial March, like dun 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 dun. I can't like dun dun dun. No, that's not right. Let me pull it up. But gosh, I don't know how I can. Let me see. Imperial March. Oh, my computer's not. Liberty Mutual. Don't pay for what you don't need. You know. Another ad. See what I mean? Music is very important. You know that thing. You know that Western movie, like The Good, Bad, Ugly, whatever. It's like nah. I'm gonna find that one. So for example, Okay, the good and bad and the ugly. That theme. Yeah. All right, so music is very important, and I feel like they utilize this a lot. My friend, he said the name of the song in there, but they use it a good amount, and it doesn't really matter. Um, if I tell you or not, because if you watch the movie, you hear the song, and you're like, because it's very fitting. In other Batman movies, they might use little instrumentals. Because Hans Zimmer, a famous composer, he makes a lot of like movies for, music for movies, and a lot of like that's the thing. But you have like lyrics, and it's like actually a different song. Seems like, I don't know. It's very different from the other Batman movies, but it's also very similar and like more Batman-esque. Because Batman's title is the world's greatest detective, and pretty much he's not world's greatest yet, but he is a detective, and you get to see that. And I'm thinking about more things, but I don't want to give away any spoilers. If you want me to do part 2, let me know. So you know how I'm a rookie, right? Yeah, I make mistakes at times, but I forgot to even give it the movie a rating. So, like I said, Clark Gray will not give a 10 out of 10 because no movie is perfect. So it's 1 through 9. But I'm going to give it a 8.5 because, like I said earlier, respectfully bussin'. Yeah. Yeah. Good movie. Well worth it. I got to see it like almost like basically a day early because it comes out today on the 4th and it's currently 2:09 a.m. and I've already seen it. So gang, thank you Syracuse. I got to see it for like $3 and a day early. Thank you Syracuse Orange for Dark. Thank you. All right. See you guys later. Have a good one. Be safe. Stay batty.